What's going on, everyone? Welcome to yet another episode of the Schoch Factor Podcast, where I am joined by four men who are all handsomer than me, and they're going to introduce themselves now. So, who do we got here?
Tate Ballestero. You're all right with the mic.
Yeah,
Cole Roland.
Good.
Nick Kurtz.
And then Seaver King.
Of course, we got two new Demon Deacons, along with a few guys who have been here a little bit. So, I'm going to start off with the new guys first. What's your new favorite thing about Wake Forest?
I was telling you guys before, just everybody, the community, the camaraderie is something that's special.
Thanks, dude.
These guys welcome me with open arms. Love it here. Everyone wants to see each other succeed and get to do things like get interviewed by former teammates. So it's all good vibes.
It is a good place to be. Now, Seaver, you got to follow that Miss America answer up. So, good luck.
So I would say just like stuff we do pregame. Like our pregame stuff is something like I'd never been a part of, and it's so fun. Like you're not ever just sitting on the bench before the game. Like you're doing something in a circle, jumping around, seeing people do backflips, like whatever it may be, Walt just jumping up in a circle. Like it's just pregame is arguably more fun than the game. Arguably.
Who's doing the backflips?
Cam Nelson, he's a freshman, really athletic. He's super fast.
Yeah.
It's just
Team
team speed. Yeah. But I would say pregame is probably one of my favorite things.
Like meat bumps. You know,
Okay.
Meat bumps is everyone goes up and down the dugout. Those are
We brought those in like last year around like, would you say like Florida State series or maybe before? Around then we were just like, all right, meat bumps. Because we saw like Justin Turner and like Kike Hernandez do it for the Red Sox after a home. We're like, that's sick. That's sick. So one day I'm just like, all right, meat bumps. And everyone's like, what are we doing? And everyone just starts doing it right away.
Yeah,
So
like
sick.
it wasn't even just the T2. Like the coaches are getting it.
Yeah.
Meat bump
I don't
West.
know if we can say that.
Yeah, they're doing different meat bumps.
Hey, that's totally fine. You got to vibe out with your coaches from
Yeah.
time to time, you know?
Part of the team.
So, two guys who have been here a while. Nick, I want to start with you. What is one thing you feel is unique about Wake Forest that really makes this team stand out?
Ooh, I think we're just always having fun. Like, you know, you watch games, you watch other teams in the dugout, and they're having fun, like maybe when they're winning, when things are going well. But I feel like at any time, like, I can look over at Cole and he's just going to be like, say something stupid to me, and I can just start laughing and then just get back to playing. It's like we're always making jokes, having a good time, not trying to take, like, you know, it's basically a serious game. We're just not trying to take it too seriously all the time. You know, the point of the game is to have fun. I mean, that's why we started playing. So we're like, all right, let's just go in the game and try to have as much fun as possible. Usually when you do that, you end up winning too.
Yeah, I mean, winning is fun.
Yeah.
So, now, Cole, what's something that you feel is unique about Wake Forest? Same question.
Yeah, I mean,
For
I
you,
think Kurtz really kind of hit the nail on the head with that. I mean, we do have a lot of fun. It's not even just when we're winning. Like, I mean, that's one of the things that we do really well is even when we're not winning, it's like we feel like having fun is a good way to just turn around all the energy. Like, even if we're down, we're still having fun. You're going to go out there in the last few innings of the game, and it's going to be a lot easier to win. I guess on top of that, too, it's obviously, there's starters and there's people who don't play as much, but it's not like you're competing with anybody for that position. It's more you're just doing whatever you do all day, like having fun. And we have like a moody tub, which is like finding success and or finding happiness in other people's success, which I think we do really well as a team. And just, when someone's doing well, you congratulate them, and it doesn't matter like if they're in the position ahead, you want to see them succeed, and you're going to do whatever you can to help the team win in any way. So
that was a Miss America response. I mean, don't even give me that.
I didn't say it wasn't. Now, you guys mentioned having fun, very important. I agree with that. That's right up my alley. Tate, is it on your shoe? That's fine. It'll do that from time to time. It's a little rascal, you know. But you guys all prioritize having fun, saying it's important. So I want to go around the circle and share one thing that you guys think you do to help the team have more fun. I'm going to start with you, Seaver.
All right, so you coming in a new program, you don't really have a nickname at all. Like it just you just don't. And then first couple weeks you get a nickname developed, right? somehow, some way, Zesty came upon. Somehow.
Somehow.
So I don't know how. But so that came along, and now like anything I do, like somebody's gonna. If I'm in the box, it's just screamed. I'll hit a home run. It's just screamed. So like I think they just how I am as a person, just my mannerisms and stuff, just like brings zesty, and then everybody's laughing and everybody's having a good time. So that's my nickname. I think is kind of what makes it fun here.
Yeah, I think you're a naturally fun guy.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I think for me, it's just like I don't really try to do anything. I just like the way sometimes I play. Like there's sometimes like I got a lot of energy and I'll just like black out and like do random stuff and like my Spidey thing. Like I think that's funny. I think some of the guys think it's funny. Like after the Vanderbilt game, like I blacked out a little bit in the first inning and I couldn't even tell you what I was doing, but everyone was laughing at me or something. So I just think stuff like that. I don't know if I really try to do anything funny. It just kind of happens like that.
Well, that's where the fun comes out.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
Tate?
I'm curious to see what you have.
Yeah. Okay. No. So I
I feel
got.
like there's multiple answers here.
No, I'll leave you with the Orge, but team pose. You reminded me. So I don't know who came up with it, but everyone, because my name's Tate, everyone just calls me like Andrew Tate, Top G,
Cobra Tate.
Cobra Tate. So like.
You look just like him.
I should have done that for Halloween. Like that would have been unbelievable. Like massive cobra tattoo, bald cap.
Real tattoo.
But kind of embodying the Andrew Tate persona has been pretty good. Like my parents came to the Elon scrimmage or one of them, and I was walking up to the plate and everyone's like Top G. And I go out to dinner with my family there, and they have like no idea what they're saying. So it's good that like everybody in the stands doesn't know that I'm like being referenced to Andrew Tate.
You weren't watching Cobra Tate videos with your parents?
No, I got to start getting more educated. But I did have to explain that to them. So that's my fun thing.
That's fair.
I'll take.
I got to interject real quick before we get to Cole. What were you for Halloween that you couldn't be, Andrew Tate?
I was the Joker.
Did you have a side? Did you have someone else with you?
Yeah. There was a couple of Jokers. There was actually 3 of us.
This Joker.
Yeah. Killed it. Great costume. It was like it wasn't like Heath Ledger though. It was like
So it was like
Jared.
hot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're
Steamy,
going for?
steamy type shit.
Okay.
So can I say shit?
Yeah, you can.
Spicy joke.
Yeah, it was some spicy. No zestiness. Leave that for the kid.
Yeah. What was the question again?
How do you contribute to the team having fun?
Oh, I mean, I'd gotta just do like random things, whether we're in our stretch lines, going on the insides of our feet, walking around. can't get much into that, but I mean, I don't know. I just like whatever comes to mind, I say it, and I really don't have a problem with what it is, and typically try to get some laughs out of the boys. And I guess people laugh at my mannerisms on the mound a little bit too, so I kind of just embrace that and just accentuate that a little bit and try to get some laughs out of the boys. So,
that's not like that was something when I got here. I totally thought it was like fraudulent. I was like, this guy's like spinning his glove and stuff. Like, I'll pull up on Cole like in the parking lot, and Cole will be like sitting in the car like spinning his phone to him like by himself.
I know you see that.
or like you know how he does like or he does like the arm thing, like he's just doing that on him. Like that's like real. Like he'll be like subconsciously doing. I don't know if that's like something we got to diagnose or something, but that's like that's authentic, which I think is also contributes to his funness.
That's good. I think that'll definitely help being authentic, not faking it. Can't really fake that stuff because that would take up way too much energy. I feel like if you're like, okay, now I have to do it.
Way to just like do that.
No, it reminded me of you a little bit. A little bit.
I've heard. I've heard that out there. When I was out there, things happened.
He just doesn't punch himself in the face ever.
Don't do that one. I
don't do that.
I think I'm.
Signature.
Yeah, I would really let myself have it, but I think I've given myself vertigo from it. So, like, if I look like, sorry, it takes a second. I got to recenter. I get so dizzy. So don't do that one.
I go for more of like a leg slap if I need it.
That's good. The quads can handle it.
Stay waist down.
That's why you went to Dartmouth and I did not. Now, moving along, obviously Wake Forest, you get called Rake Forest a lot. Everybody here hits a lot of home runs. What is your guys' approach at the plate that you feel like has contributed to, just belting 1 million home runs each year?
Yeah, I'll go first. I would just say like the way Billy coaches is just a lot different. In terms of like personally for me, coming from a Division II school, like I just kind of just saw like just see ball, hit ball. And I feel like, that he really wants us to like sit on pitches and actually have a plan when you get in the box. And I really think that's helped me out a lot in terms of just like, even at Elon, the first home run I hit, Merrick Houston had a great at bat, 8-pitch single. And I was like, all right, like probably going to get heater here. Got heater and hit it, really far. So I think just having a plan like before you go up there and being able to like verbalize it, like whoever's on deck's like, what are you on? Or like it's just stuff like that, little things like that. I think is why we're so successful in the box. I would say.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think last year I kind of like did a little bit more like stuff with analytics and like really going up to the plate as kind of he said, like knowing what's the best probability of me getting this pitch and what count do I need to be ready for this pitch and that kind of stuff. And then also like I try to hit the ball as hard as I can every swing I take. So like. If like I'm trying to homer every at bat, like that's my goal. So like I'm going up there, I'm not saying like I'm trying to lift the ball, like I'm trying to hit a line drive like out of the park. Like I'm just trying to like I want like 110 exit view. That's what I'm trying to go for every at bat. If I don't get it, then I'm like, all right, next time I will. Like it's one of those things where I stick to my approach, I stick to my plan, and I just try to hit it as hard as I can. And it just happens to I got a nice friendly hitter's ballpark here, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it works out well for you. Tate. Go ahead.
Home runs. Yeah, I mean, it just not being a chicken with your head cut off in the box, like he said, like not just see ball, hit ball, kind of having more in-depth approach, and the scouting reports here are unbelievable. I feel like we know what you're going to do before you even do it, and so it's fun to kind of have what feels like an advantage before you step into the box because hitting is hard enough. So when all those things line up and you got guys that are just absolute studs in the box and can drive the ball out of the ballpark with any pitch, it's going to be a recipe for a lot of home runs, which is nice.
Yeah, you raised a lot of good points. Thanks you so
Steve.
much. I appreciate you.
Great to see you.
Yep.
And then there were two.
He enunciates so well. He's a good speaker.
Yeah.
Tate, you said something interesting in there which really spawned this next question. When you mentioned being in the box like a chicken with their head cut off, what animal do you think would be good to have in the box that could produce home runs?
Okay, so immediately I'm thinking Mario Super Sluggers instantly, but I'm not going Donkey Kong. I'm going Diddy Kong.
Okay.
So some sort of Diddy Kong. Yeah, with the surfboard.
That's not Diddy
Oh,
Kong.
you're thinking
Funky Kong. Sorry, that's on me. Funky Kong with the surfboard. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I mean, maybe like a monkey. Like, give me
Some
like
monkey?
a big
Okay.
monkey.
Like a gorilla.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
just raw power.
Well, I went like to literal animals. I wasn't thinking like fake characters. I thought polar bear immediately.
Ooh.
Like some type of bear, like huge, just like.
Same energy though.
Yeah, but a bear's beating a gorilla in a fight any day of the
Glad
week.
You asked it.
Every day of the week. Do you understand how like vicious these bears
don't
are?
look at me like I'm gonna disagree with that.
Well, you said gorilla. You didn't say bear.
Well, it wasn't
got a
in
history.
his defense. It was who's going to hit a home run in a hypothetical situation where we got animals at the plate. We're still in phylum Chordata, but it's not humans,
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, well, I still choose
Whatever
bear.
word, that was the biggest word you've ever used. Right?
Yeah, I didn't know
what was
that
that phrase you just used?
Phylum Chordata. It's the
Is that Latin?
like species, I think. I don't know. This is from high school, like biology.
You're just completely wrong.
I probably am.
You can cut it out.
But
That's
hey,
more.
look, you believe me because I said it with my chest, you know? That's the importance. So, Nick, you mentioned you're going to get into podcasting, right?
I'm trying to.
You're trying to. What's the first step, do you feel? Do you need help with any of it?
I think first step is just like recording something and getting it down. Like this. I don't need like a big camera. You kind of help me out with this. But a few of us, Tate's gonna be on there for a couple episodes for sure. Jack Winay. I don't know if I want to do like sports or just like shooting the shit with the boys, or just like I don't know what we want to do yet. Video games. I'm gonna stream for sure soon.
What's your go-to game?
I play Call of Duty.
Okay.
Yeah, a little Fortnite, but when the new Call of Duty comes out, I'm gonna play that. New map comes out though. Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm my Activision actually. I'm permanently banned from playing off Call of Duty.
Why? Should I ask why you're banned or no?
They actually said that I was hacking. Imagine me trying to install hacking. I tried to figure that out.
Did
and
they
then
watch you play?
They saw the game highlights. No, actually, hacking. So, just a tough break. But
yeah, he's talking about having unfair advantages, or what feels like. I mean, look, this isn't gotcha journalism. You got yourself. Now, I think a podcast that you guys do, just like talking with the boys, like I think people would listen to that, because as a former player myself, I miss that. I miss that. You don't get it as often. I don't get 30 new friends every spring, which is why I played baseball in the first place. So I think that's something that would be listened to. So if I could make any recommendations, I think that's a good one. Yeah. But honestly, just record anything and put it out there, because what you got to realize is you guys are at Wake Forest. You guys are a big deal. Tate's here too. Tate's a big deal too.
He's now big.
I love him. He looked so uncomfortable when I said
like,
big deal. Yeah, so I had to throw that in there. But people want to hear your voice. They want to hear your opinion.
Yeah, probably just telling stories, telling some funny stories from Wake baseball, and probably what we're going to end up doing. Be a little bit better.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. And in that vein, I want to hear your guys' favorite college baseball stories. If that you can share. I understand that a lot goes on in college baseball that might not be for the internet. I've participated in things in college baseball, probably not for the internet. Tate, you got one?
I got one.
All
I got one. So I was thinking I had to date it back to something like when we were teammates, right? You want me to know this?
Fair.
You want me to know? Okay. And so I was like, man, like I have PG stuff. I have very far from PG stuff. But I was like, man, when we were in Omaha and you had the Barstool interview, like that was one of my favorite moments, because it was like Brandon Walker, Marty Mush, like we were just in the hotel like lounge, like meeting room, and just watching like all three of you guys with shout out Billy Price. We love and miss you.
Love you, Billy.
We love you, Billy, so much. And like watching you guys all interact was like the funniest thing ever. It was just like such raw stupidity like in the flesh that it was so perfect. And like just seeing like the Barstool guys was cool. So that was mine.
Thanks, Tate. Thanks for letting me.
It was
be part
them
of
though.
it.
It wasn't.
No, I know it wasn't me, but I was there. Nick, you got one?
I mean, I'll throw this out. So,
Here, there's some.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I could say, but I would say so. Last year, like we had a ritual after every win, and it's not probably the one that everyone else saw. But on the way home from the bus, we had this one song. Tate knows the song, "The Flight," and we all had a dance to it. We all had like a certain thing we would do. We're not going to get into the specifics about that. And it was probably just that every time that would happen, it just like, I don't know. I wish I could say more so it could be a little bit funnier, but that was probably my favorite time. Like, you enjoy the win, you do all that stuff, but there's nothing like getting on the bus with the boys after a big win and you're just like partying on the bus and getting after it. So I know it wasn't too funny, but that was probably what I'd say. That's what came to mind immediately, at least.
Well, hey,
yeah.
If it's your favorite memory,
Yeah,
it's your favorite memory.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be the funniest, and that's okay.
It was funny.
We're saying.
Saying what? Oh,
You're good on time.
oh,
so
we'll do some.
we'll-
Last question here, and then I will let them go.
We got all
We
the
got
time.
time.
We got all the time.
All right. We got more questions coming. Now, this question, pretty generic, but still, you can add your own twist. Where's your favorite stadium you've played at in college baseball?
I did a lot of not playing my first 2 years of college, so I'm gonna talk about one that I like played in. Because obviously Omaha's cool, but
It was cool.
Did-
I mean,
We both
Didn't go
great
great.
experiences there. Favorite stadium.
You want me to go?
Yeah, I don't even know, dude. I gotta think about it. That was a terrible start.
Yeah, that was embarrassing a little bit.
I'm gonna go with something
That I've actually played. Well, obviously Omaha was cool, but I'm gonna go like different, like ACC weekend. I gotta go Clemson. I think just like the energy and like all the fans like talking to you, screaming at you, and it's just like, and we went there and swept this past year, which was awesome. Like that was probably my favorite, the most fun series I've been a part of, most fun like vibe that was going on there. They were all talking shit, like just like getting on you, and the stories you hear from like fans, what they said to like some of the guys is like insane, and it's just pretty cool to beat them after doing that. So I say Clemson. Georgia Tech Stadium is sick. Like I just think like the Atlanta in the background, like the backdrop's so cool. But I say those two.
Yeah.
Clemson is a fun place to
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Everybody there just hates your guts, which is fun. Like it's a fun environment to be in.
Yeah, and they do the stroke thing too.
Uh,
That's cool.
Yeah, I love
I think
that.
that's really cool. There and Virginia Tech is fun because when we played them, it was like both of us were pretty good, and so they were like filling it up. And there are also a bunch of fans that are like want to like rip your head off. I played at Oregon junior year. That was cool.
That's cool.
Going out on the West Coast is cool. Taking a red eye home in suits at like 12 o'clock at night is like the most miserable thing of all time. But going out there, I enjoyed. They got a cool ballpark, and you can see the football stadiums and that's cool. So they have a really good layout. I'll say that was probably one of my favorite places.
That's good. Now we just touched on where there's a lot of mean fans. Is there anywhere you went that you were like, hey, these people are all super nice to me? I will say anywhere in the South, they liked me. I don't know why. I think it's just because the long hair. But I genuinely don't know. I think also like I played an older school style of baseball where it was more like, okay, it's not gonna be pretty, but it's gonna get the job done, and I'm gonna have fun while I do it, which I think people got along with, you know.
I think UVA fans were like nice, like seeing them
Yeah.
interact with like opposition. Like they were always like, they were just good people, you know. They weren't like going to tell you like they wanted to kill you or like that you sucked or like anything like that. But
The
they
bar
might be
is the
reading a
floor.
newspaper, yeah. And like they might tell you like good game, and you're like, you guys just like absolutely stepped on us, you know. So when we were there, those fans were always really nice.
Yeah.
I can't say the same about Wake fans, but I kind of like it better when they're like not nice. Like it's not as fun if they're like, "Oh, great game! Like you guys played well." Like no, like tell me how much I suck. Like I guess Boston College, they are actually like pretty nice when we went there. Like everywhere else, like everyone, yeah, they're pretty brutal. NC State's brutal.
Yeah.
Duke's fine. I know because we're in the Durham Bull Stadium, so it's kind of different. So
It's spread out.
yeah.
It can't be as on top.
Yeah, but NC State, they were brutal my freshman year. That was awesome. That was fun. Clemson, brutal. But Florida State sucks. Yeah, Louisville, they were actually really bad too.
Really?
Yeah, they were getting after it.
Florida State, I gotta say, was probably my favorite place I played, just because everybody was so mad the whole time. It's like, look, it's a baseball game. It's 90 degrees in February. Can't we enjoy this pleasant day that we've been blessed with? But I liked. Were you guys in the first base dugout at Florida State?
No.
Or is it?
That was like one of the last years we were there. Was when we
Okay.
were.
Yeah, because
third base dugout.
the way they had it set up was the bullpen for the first base side was like by the bleacher seats in right field.
Oh yeah, it was like next to the cages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there were 1,000 drunk fans.
Yeah.
All college students just screaming, "How old are you, 37?" I'd just be like, old, but hey, they still let me do this, so who cares? And they liked that, and I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than like running down to the bullpen and like you're going to like catch bullpens. Like you're not going in the game, right? So you're like fully geared up, right? Because God forbid we catch a bullpen in just like a mask and a glove. Like you're fully geared up and they're just like ripping you the entire way down. That was really funny because you deserve it. Like I deserved it.
No, you were serving the team.
Yes, but like if you're running out of the bullpen in like full gear and you're not going in the game, like I expect to be ripped. So like I did enjoy Florida State for that. Like that was funny. Like they were going after everybody. That was good.
Yeah, they were a good fan base. What's the best chirp you've had directed at you? Do you have any that come to mind?
Okay, Clemson. It wasn't at me. It was at Garza. And Papa. And one of the fans was like yelling at Oak. And he was just being an asshole and just like yelling at Oak because Oak didn't want to like challenge a play on Nick Kent, like making it safe or out at first, whatever. And he was just ripping him. And eventually like Garza like looked up at him in the stands. And the guy was just like, "You too, clipboard," because Mike always had the.
I love it.
And we were just in tears. Like this guy was like anything to do with you, like he was gonna rip you a new one. And me and Garza like literally had to just like go into the back and just like take a deep breath. Like Garza like put his head down, but I had to walk away. I was like, oh shit, like that was good. They're just going after everything and anything. Like that's my favorite.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. People a lot of people call me like Will Ferrell. They would like chirp me about looking like Will Ferrell. I'd be like, thanks, I guess. Like I'm funny. Like I don't know. And like Tommy Hawk had a lot last year just about him being short. That was really funny because he'll talk back and he'll just say some absurd things and I can't say. He had some good ones. Adam Cecilia was always chirping back at the fans too. And Pierce. Yeah, we had a lot of guys who just were shitbags back at the fans. But they would like call me fat, and they didn't have any like creative ones or anything like that. I don't know. There's like old heads who just like didn't like me for some reason.
Yeah, I think the best comparison, I think Coach, or Moose, not Coach Moose, just Moose. Mm-hmm. He told me the comp for Tommy Hawk was Ruth from, what's that show, Ozark? Have you seen Ozark? Have you seen it?
It really is a great comp.
Like it made a lot of sense. Like just scrappy, mean.
Yeah.
But for the team.
Yeah.
Which I think she was relatively. I haven't watched the full show.
I've watched like one season.
Yeah, I've seen clips.
Yeah. You just like seen a couple TikToks.
Yeah.
You're like,
That's
it adds up.
Look, you kidding me? Watch.
That looks like Tommy.
They look wildly different, but I get where it's coming from. Now, last question before I let you guys go. What is your go-to meal on campus?
Ooh, there's a couple of them. I don't want to even say like Chick-fil-A because that's a solid like pick, but everyone's got Chick-fil-A. On campus, I mean Einstein's is clutch because it's right there in the business school. That's always nice. Right next to campus has got to be Putters.
Ooh, I was going a different way.
Where were you going to go?
I'm going to shout out Dioli's.
Oh,
Dioli's.
So
Everett Winston, Dioli's. You got to go Dioli's.
What does Dioli's have? Here, make up for it with the menu.
So it's like in a little Italian market, and they've got really great breakfast. They cater the meals like they catered our Elon game, and they have like a fresh bakery there every day. So like you might walk in and you may walk out with a breakfast burrito, but like there's never a time you're not walking out with like a cinnamon roll, a couple shortbread cookies, peanut butter cookies. Dioli's does it right, and they love you over there. They're so nice. Like that's what I was saying like about the community before is that like everybody here. I remember we walked in over the summer, and they were like Nick, like pretty sure like Mama Dioli came and was like shaking Nick's hand and was like, "How are your ribs?" Because Nick got had a broken rib, and they knew everything about you. Like they really love you here, and that is like it kind of holds true with like a lot of like the place Putters. Like we go in there, sit down, get a sandwich, and like the guys like will sit down and like watch football with us at the bar, like, and they're just like, yeah, like, all right, oh, I hate the Phillies, and then you're just like talking smack the entire time, but that holds true. But I'm Putters and Dioli's.
Yeah. Gotta get my Putters and Dioli's because like I got a cinnamon roll waiting for me downstairs right now from Dioli's that I got this morning, and they do like our Friday post game. They have like chicken parm with like pasta, and then every Sunday morning they have bacon, egg and cheese hash brown. Like anything you want, you create it. I sit and roll every Friday before the weekend series. They give me them because every time I would start doing it, I'd be like, I have a good weekend. I hit home like there's homers in the cinnamon roll. They would send them to me on road trips, so I could have them. Like they're awesome. Like last year we had Coach Ferber was in town for like a team camp or something, and so there's like a family, so like the mom, dad, and like the 2 sons work there. And the one son came over and he pitched in high school, and like Moose texted and was like, "Hey, do you want to come like pitch to Ferber?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he came and like he hasn't thrown a baseball since high school, and he struck out Ferber, and it was like and like went crazy on Twitter, and it was pretty cool. That's just kind of like the people they are. They're awesome. And Putter's the same way. Like they have kids around here to come to camps, and like they know all of us by name. So it's like those little things that like make us want to go back.
Well, that's awesome. I think I've just decided where I'm going to go to get lunch when you guys go to practice. So thank you very much for the lunch recommendations, and thank you guys for taking the time and letting me talk with you. God, your hands are large. What you doing with all that hand?
Got some meaty fingers over
It
there.
really does.
Yeah.
Big,
Bear
meaty
paws.
claws.
Bear paws.